In this episode, we take you behind the curtain of our 2023 YouTube analytics.
I'm walking the streets of nowhere. I'm playing the game with no regrets. I'm crawling out from the gutters. Cloud and the Joker's all you guess.
I got you something. Okay.
You got me something.
I didn't get you something. I have something for you. I have some show and tell, right?
Oh.
So here on Deaton Street, the metaphysical realm that is Deaton Street, because we live in two separate locations, we are connoisseurs of candy. We love our candy. We always been candy people. Usually I go for the 0 calorie or 0 sugar candies, but not today, Mallett Head. Not today. Because in the holiday season, candy companies branch out. They do weird things.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just throw out normal candy for holiday season. You gotta do something a little weird, a little outside the box. And when you're the nation's #1 licorice company, you gotta go big. You gotta go real big.
Is that one liquor, or is it? Oh, okay.
You gotta go for it, buddy.
Yeah, I thought you had a licorice log.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Twizzlers, baby. So
you lost me at licorice, man.
we went to Target, and I saw these in an empty checkout line.
Yeah.
I didn't see them on the shelf. Someone had got these, they were real close to the decision, and then they decided not to do
Put it back.
Yeah. But they didn't take it back, or there was something wrong with them. And I couldn't
It's like
stop.
seeing it in that's like seeing it in a diaper aisle or something. It's like they put it there at the diaper aisle and there's a diaper missing.
Yeah. And I couldn't stop myself. We were getting other stuff that wasn't on the list. I just told Courtney I need to stop eating so much candy. But it was so easy because it was on the aisle next to me, or the little checkout line next to me. So all I had to do is grab it and move it and then pay for it, and it was mine. So I've been, this is my thing the last few days, is just eating ridiculously long Twizzlers.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I can't get behind Twizzlers, man. I can't do licorice.
What is it? What is it with these licorice people? And I get the black licorice stuff. Black licorice stuff tastes like tar. It's terrible.
It's
not
terrible.
the same thing. And I'm pretty sure it has health things too. If you eat too much black licorice, it can kill you, which is insane.
Probably so.
It's insane
if I eat one black licorice, then I'll be dead. So, it is what it is.
Look, we don't know anything. We're not doctors, but I'm pretty sure that if you eat too much black licorice, there is an actual, real, no joke health thing that will happen to you. I don't know what. Maybe it's your kidney, but it can kill you.
That's one of the weird things. If you drink too much water too quickly, then you can, be in serious trouble. Too much black licorice.
That's why I don't drink water.
Yeah. Dr. Pepper. No.
I ain't never heard that about Dr. Pepper Zero.
Yeah, exactly. No, I've gotten away from a lot of your mainstream candies. Really, I stick to Reese's, and that's about it.
We're moving on. So on today's episode, we're gonna take you all back and take a look at our YouTube analytics for this year. Now, we started off this whole thing in November of this year, so we're just little YouTube babies.
That's such a long time.
We're figuring this stuff out, but we thought, one of the goals on this channel is to bring everyone along with us on this ride, whether we're successful or whether we plummet into the deep depths of YouTube and just get 20 views for all time.
Ever.
Either way, we're going to bring you all along because we think there's a lot of people in our shoes as well. So, with that, how do you, as I pull up the analytics on my computer, because I haven't yet, what are your thoughts on, we're a month and a half in, we've been doing this thing, doing mostly the pod, one extra video, but 2024, we're bringing it with some other concepts as well. But how do you, D Mallett, feel?
I am pretty satisfied with like just a month and a half worth of progress. Like it's been, I've been keeping up with like a lot of the analytics and stuff as I go. And it's been pretty consistent. I know we both are on the same page, is like, we're not really counting the first video, the first pod. Like that one's got like an influx because like everybody, it's like, oh, it's a new thing, let's go check it out. But as far as like how the channel is doing and growing, it's pretty, I'd say it's a nice consistent pace, for being this early, only having 7 pods out with a video with, a couple handfuls of shorts, one of which that popped off like nobody's business for compared to our other stuff,
Yeah.
But I'm pretty satisfied where it is right now. Obviously it could go much higher than that, but we'll get there.
Yeah. It's been steady growth too. It's been, it hasn't been, we didn't go from 20 to 30 to 40 to 50 to 60 views on each video. We're just kind of slowly, each video is just a little better than the last one. It's funny, I just pulled it up. I was going to say, we haven't really added a subscriber in a while. We actually added a subscriber today.
You're welcome.
Oh wait, did you?
I got home and my aunt was here. She's still here,
man,
actually.
Come on.
She was like, I can't get I can't see I said, you just have to hit the link. And I said, if you would subscribe, it'll just be there. And she was like, oh, how do I do that? Perfect.
So, I mean, this is a nice little area to plug. Subscribers help, right? So that's one of the metrics to get monetized in the long run. So if you're watching this, if you enjoy what we do, hit the subscribe button. If you really want to be on the front edge of everything, you can also hit that notification button. Yep. But it helps. It's part of the growth. It just makes sure that it's more likely to jump up into your homepage when you open up YouTube. Yep. But yeah, I agree with your sentiments. I like where we're at. I think most of all, you and I have the ability to pay a lot of attention to the YouTube Studio app without taking it super personally.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, for sure.
We are trying to do things to gain more subscribers, gain more, do better. We're trying to do better, but we're trying to do better within like the range of us having fun and it being based on our friendship and being able to chill, right? So
exactly.
I think that's the important thing, is that we are having fun, and then if the analytics do better, the analytics do better, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
That being said, let's have a serious conversation about how this channel is tanking. I'm kidding. No. We're going to have an HR meeting right now. No.
Right. So, I mean, what metric do we want to look at first? Like, what are the things that are important to you?
So, I mean, we could start like I have the app open on my phone too. Like we can start at the top. So basically like subs, then views, watch time maybe.
Okay. So let's bring them behind the curtain real quick. I'm going to share my screen if it'll let me.
Welcome to the Wizard of Oz.
You gotta stop calling me the wizard, because that's in another universe. That's my
dude. I put you in a whole wizard garb in the last thumbnail.
Right. Yeah. That's true.
Do you find yourself craving something sweet, cold, and made of the softest snow you've ever seen in your life? Well, you're in luck, because us here on Deaton Street know of the best place to go. Snowbees Express, located in Jennings, Louisiana, is the #1 spot to stop for all of your snow cone, soft serve ice cream, and soda on shaved ice needs. They're open year-round because here in Louisiana, we sometimes only get 1 week of cold winter days per year. So come on down to the Red Train Caboose. Yes, you heard that right, a literal caboose, located in Jennings, Louisiana, 420 Roberts Avenue. Currently, they're open 1 to 5, Monday through Saturday. You can find them on Facebook as well to book a party. Just search Snowbees Express and reach out. That's SNOB' Express.
All right, can you see my screen?
I can.
Can you see my pointer?
I can.
All right, welcome to the YouTube Studio app for those of you that are new.
Yay.
I I was aware of this app before, having done some other stuff, but it's a little different when it's solely your content and your face on all this stuff. It feels a little, the numbers feel a little personal.
I've been watching mine for quite some time, but I've also had the channel longer than you have. Not growing at all or putting forth much effort into that channel, but, you know, whenever the Snowbees video popped off and got 40K views, and I was like, what the heck's going on? For nothing. Anyway.
So let's talk about the content we've done so far. So we're actually recording this on December 19th. That's important. Yep. And so You Shall Not Pass, Lord of the Rings episode just came out today. Very happy with that episode. Great thumbnail, I think. It's already up to 28 views, but I added in some chapters in that video. And so I contributed to some views I think that aren't real. But yeah, so here it is. Here's all the videos we've done so far. If you'll look, I don't do any of these thumbnails except that one. You can see Dustin, in my opinion, getting better and better with thumbnails. The progression is real. Now, with thumbnails, one of the things you can look at is the click-through rate. So I actually haven't done this. So our first one actually has a really high click-through rate, but low impressions, really low impressions. So we'll go here, reach. So as our impressions have gone up, our click-through rate has gone down. Some of that's going to be thumbnail. Some of that is going to be people just don't know what the heck they're looking at, why they should click, type of deal. But as you can see, each one, I don't think I've talked to you about this yet, Dustin. Each one of our videos, the impression, our chances of getting a click are going up. 813, 3.1%. So this is one of the ones that I talked to you about. Like that was a really well-performing click-through rate. Game, reach, 400, 4.9%. So you can see that progression of like the thumbnails getting just a little better each time. That click-through rate's a little better. Now, here's a weird one. I don't know how to interpret this because that for our impressions, it's pretty darn high. I mean, we were sitting at 800 before, and it went up to 1.4. I think we actually triggered the algorithm a little bit where we started getting on people's home pages, and you can see the browse features actually pushed 46% of our views. I think
that's the Black Friday one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of that probably has to do if it's searched, or if like a lot of that.
Well, this is browse. The search is relatively low. It's only 4.4%.
Okay. Oh yeah. So
I mean, the browse is where it's we're gonna see like home pages, you know.
Yeah. I wonder if that was YouTube pushing it because it had something to do with Black Friday in a sense. You know?
So I've been looking at this. I haven't talked to you yet, but YouTube has pushed quite a few of our newer videos. After this, I think every one of them has been pushed, and you can kind of see what I mean by pushed is you look at this.
Yeah.
All of those impressions right there, most likely are YouTube pushing it. Same here. And we kind of know that because of shorts. Shorts have taught us a lot about when the algorithm is actually pushing our stuff and when it isn't. Like right here, it's certainly being pushed a little bit, but the impressions are way slower of when YouTube decides like, boom, I'm going to give you a shot. You're going to go from 1 to 5 to da-da-da.
Well, oh no, never mind. I'm thinking this is different. I'm thinking the Thanksgiving episode. I'm thinking of the amount of shorts that we released that week.
Right.
Because I had like a bunch go out that week. I wonder if that impacted it as much as, 2 or 3 for another week or whatever. That's 2 weeks ago, right? That's the Rumble, the Adobe Final Cut.
This one's weird because the click-through rate is better than the last one. The last one I think was like 1 point whatever, which I thought was a really good thumbnail. Our impressions are lower, which means that YouTube pushed it a little bit less. Unique viewers is down on this one. I think maybe, and it's too early to decide.
Yeah.
This could be something to do with who our audience is right now, that type of deal.
Yeah.
But Yep. So I'm going to quickly go through this last one because we're so early. So this is day one. You see a little bit of a YouTube push here.
Yep.
We're still so early in this one, but the 10% is really good for impression click-through rate. That's 1 in 10 people are clicking on the video. So I'll be interested to see if YouTube pushes this later and what that click-through rate's actually going to be.
Yeah.
So that's basically looking at thumbnails. And
I know with YouTube's newer systems that they're kind of rolling out, or like updates and stuff like that, they are pushing a lot of smaller creators more. Now, I have seen that whenever you get to like you'll get pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, pushed, and then you'll plateau.
Right.
And then like you'll just kind of stay stagnant for a while. I don't think that we've hit the stagnant yet. If that would happen, you know. But that is a thing to keep in mind too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're definitely some of those that you're seeing, like the 1.4s, 1,000 impressions, for a channel that's doing long form podcast stuff, which podcasts have more, I think, more dedicated viewers, but that means that the buy-in to like get into a new podcast is a little bit more difficult than the buy-in to get into a new creator that's doing like 3 or 4 minute videos. Yep. So I think that many impressions on that long form of content, YouTube's definitely pushing us because we're new.
Now, what is, for those that don't know, what is an impression?
Impression is, I mean,
like
that's
very,
the question of the day, right?
Yeah, very brief, I guess, explanation, or like what you think.
My understanding, again, this is another thing too, is that
we don't know.
We don't know. We're looking back on our channel. We've been a channel for 2 months. We've taken this stuff seriously for 2 months. So my understanding is impression is any time that our thumbnail pops up in front of people. And I think impressions includes external as well.
Yeah.
So
I believe that is correct. Again, don't quote us. I don't know. That's what we like to think.
As you get to your homepage and you see the 3 rows of 4 videos, as you scroll through and you don't click on any of those, or you click on one, the sad reality of YouTube is that you're just tanking those for creators' analytics. I thought about that today. I watch YouTube a lot. I was picking out a video and I was like, oh man, I'm sorry. It's pushing, YouTube's pushing new creators to me, and it's pushing channels that have the same amount of views on stuff that we do. And I'm like, nope. So I get it. If you're going past our thumbnails, man, believe me, I get it.
Yep. Understandable.
But yeah, so that's kind of click through rate. That's kind of like a deeper dive. But I mean, the main thing that we look at is just right here. It's just views and subs. And so if you look here, like we said, 63, we don't count that. We don't really care because we did like a marketing push between family and friends, and everyone felt obligated to watch our stuff that day.
Oh yeah.
We knew there was going to be a bit of a drop off here, 36. What's cool is, like we said, it's just very, very low, kind of steady growth. Our next one is outperforming the one before. Again, outperforming the one before. And these each episode you see has had less time to perform, which is the cool part about it, outperforming the one before it.
What's nuts though, it's like I thought that we were going to hit that high first episode and then drop off about half like we did, but then drop off again. But we didn't. Like it was...
Well, we still have one more episode this year.
Oh, no. I'm talking about from the first episode to the second to the third. You know, first episode we have that many, and then drop off half, and then drop off again for the next one, and then kind of get back to where it might be. But that's not the case. Like it hit the 60 something, and then 30 whatever, and in the 30s, boom, 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 and up, which is cool.
Yeah. And so, and we're not view watching at this point, really. But it is cool that we have a little bit of momentum here. I still think that this Final Cut versus Premiere it's an outlier. And I think it's just the content, which this kind of, maybe some larger YouTubers will tell us that we're a little too early to be looking at stuff like that. But I see it, you can kind of look at that and say, okay, well, it didn't perform as well as Black Friday. And it's a very clickable thumbnail. It's a very clickable title. So I'm like,
Yeah.
might not be our audience. Especially when Lord of the Rings on its first day is catching it, which...
Yeah. Lord of the Rings is halfway up. Usually
Right.
by day 2 is when they hit the 30 mark-ish. And, you know, right now it's at... the studio is so weird on the phone. It shows 28 on the front side, but whenever I click the video, it goes down to 23. So I don't know what to believe. Either way, you know, it'll probably hit 30 by tomorrow.
Okay. So let's look at, so here's another thing. Here's kind of the front page of the channel dashboard. When
There's
we
so
talk
much
about,
that goes on the front page all the time. It's so much.
when we talk about defeating the Algar Dragon, the thing that when I text Dustin all the time about it, and for those who don't know, the Algar Dragon to us is just the algorithm, but we like to kind of make it a dragon so we can slay it. But the way we kind of look at that right now, and probably always will, is anytime we have a video that ranks 1 of anything, right? So usually it'd be 1 of 10. That's defeating the Algar Dragon. It means that we're outperforming the videos that have come before at this point in time, as far as like from the release point to how many hours it's been since the release point. So, you know, Lord of the Rings is doing pretty dang good. Added 1 subscriber, and we can look at larger analytics real quick. Right. So 3.7 views. We won't talk about shorts because I don't even know what we're doing with shorts. Shorts are a whole different beast.
Shorts is so weird. I've seen so many varying opinions on how you should do shorts, what they're good for, separate channels, like all kind of stuff. So I mean, it's a wild animal at this point.
I say we all right, let's talk about it real quick.
Okay.
And I imagine as I'm like fiddling through this, you can like cut back and forth between our faces and all that other junk.
Yeah.
So the majority of our channel views has come by shorts.
Yep.
It is way easier to get someone to watch a short because it's like usually like 15, 30 seconds at most. So lots of channel views. YouTube pushes shorts way more than long form videos. Jesus. But the interesting thing here is that we definitely got in front of some eyeballs. 3.2 thousand people have watched our shorts, and then 103 individuals have watched our videos, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But if you look at the returning videos the last 28 days, only 39 people from our shorts have returned, but 48 people from our videos have returned. And that's kind of what we want. That we want a solid base of people that actually enjoy the information or the videos we're putting out. So,
and it's what's weird is I watched an interview the other day, and it was with some guys that were talking about shorts and whatnot, and they said that they did a poll, however they did it, whatever they did. It was basically they had this shorts creator who did shorts, and then they had like a longer form content creator who did long form content, right? And they invited them to wherever to have like a meet and greet, and then so many more people showed up for that long form content creator than the shorts person did. Especially if it's like, now this is a total different like circumstance, but like if the shorts creator is like a faceless, I'm just uploading shorts, like nobody's gonna know who that is. If your face is on there, yeah, they probably will, but that small bit of analytic there for this tiny channel kind of shows you, you know, you have more returning for the longer form stuff, which is neat. It's kind of, you know, reassuring, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah. And I don't think that we're done with shorts. We pushed it pretty heavily, but I don't think that the return we were getting on the shorts that we were doing is worth how much effort you were putting into making those shorts. So I think, you know, if you're doing like one, an episode, or even if, you know, you don't do an episode, I think that they are 2 different things, and you can see they're probably 2 different audiences as well.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Again, what do we know? We're freaking 2 months into this.
Right.
Back to, let's see, just this last part, within, let's do 90 days. So if you look at our subscribers within the last 90 days, and we've only been around for 2 months. So this is our whole time. We've gotten 10 subscribers from videos and 9 subscribers from shorts. We've had 3.6 thousand views on shorts and 375 views on videos. And yet we've gotten more subscribers from videos than shorts.
Yep.
So take that however you want to take it. Right.
Exactly.
So all in all, I think my dog's trying to get in or something.
Oh,
All in all, we're going to end this year, we think, with 39 subscribers. And we're sitting happily in the mid 30s or early, low 40s for our views on our videos.
yeah. On average.
So I'm happy with that.
Absolutely.
You've said you're happy with that. Looking ahead into 2024, this time 2024, late December, where do you realistically think we're going to be, and what would make you happy? And they could be the same thing, but
So I think if we continue to push consistently, like, our weekly uploads like usual, maybe the occasional video, the specialty, whatever, to put on an off day or whatever, YouTube pushes consistency. As long as you're consistent, it's going to say, hey, you're actually putting forth the effort and you are bringing people to the platform. Let's push you some more. Let's get more people to watch your stuff, which makes you more excited to make more content and then get more people to the platform. And the cycle continues. The Algar Dragon breathes fire down our neck and blah. As far as where I think we will be by this time next year, for sure, at least double the subs. At least, like, at the minimum, I'm gonna say, like, I'm gonna shoot for 80. Now, that's the minimum. I think we'll probably have more than that. I hope we'll have more than that. That would be awesome. I hope we have a lot more than that.
well,
but like,
you're ducking the question. I gotta nail you down. What do you actually think, subs wise, if you had to put a number on it? Like, what do you actually believe will happen?
I'm gonna go. What?
All right, so let
We'll
me
hit
let me-
120.
Let me show tell everyone what's happening here. So I'm the dreamer. Dustin's a little bit more of the realist, right? When it comes to this, in life, it's actually opposite. But when it comes to this, I am the dreamer. I'm the and Dustin's a little bit more on the, I wouldn't say pessimistic, but more realistic side of this. But so what'd you say? 100?
I'll say 120. I'll give a good even 120 by this time next year. And we'll go with that. And then, like, probably consistent views, as far like average views, we'll go with triple as well. We'll go with, instead of 35, we're going to triple that on average. That'd be awesome. Okay. What you shooting for? What star are you trying to hit?
All right. So I'm going to say the M word. So monetization starts at 3,000 hours of watch time and 500 subscribers. Watch time is going to take us a while to get there. We just hit, we only hit 50 a couple weeks ago.
50 hours.
Realize. Yeah.
Yep.
So where I think we are going to be is, I think we're going to be somewhere around, because I actually don't think we're going to hit 500 next year. I think we're going to be in the 400s, 430, 440 subscribers. I think that we're going to be making a push at the end of next year to try to get to that 500 mark.
For sure.
If we stay consistent and we you and I have some ideas in the can that I think will actually expand the audience, and we'll have different stuff. And I think that we're going to be hitting it a little harder next year.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to be in the 400s. For average view, I think that's going to vary wildly. For the podcast, I think it's going to still be a little lower. I think that average view for the podcast is going to be somewhere in the 200 to 300 range for each episode at the end of next year. I think the views for some of the other videos that we're making that we haven't talked about on the pod, and we won't, I think those are going to be in the thousands.
Yeah.
Because I think it's going to be smaller videos. I think that those will probably, you'll be looking at like 2.5 thousand, 3,000, somewhere in the 4,000 range. I think that we will have a video next year that gets us into 10,000. Just at least one video that isn't a short that has 10,000
I think I have an
views.
idea of which one you're talking about.
It's a series, but I think that if the series works well, I think that we'll have a few that are in the 10,000s. And I think that the series has the potential to push us into monetizations mid next year.
Yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, now
Which will be awesome.
that's my expectation. So our expectation's off by 300 subs and lots of views. Now, what would make you happy? Like, what's your pie in the sky?
Like, as far as like to next year.
Yeah, like what's your realistic pie in the sky? You know, I'm not obviously, pie in the sky would be like, we're Mr. Beast and we get 120 million. Yeah.
We can quit our jobs and do this full time. That'd be sick.
Right. Yeah. Don't worry.
No, yeah, we're still gonna work. I mean, I would be happy with, realistically, because it's this channel. Yes, I definitely want to grow and I want to be the Algar Dragon, but like I told you last night, I don't care about like views and everything else. Like, I just like doing it.
Yeah.
Because of the nature of this channel, though, I would absolutely be super happy with, my prediction that, the 120, because that shows growth.
Right.
It's a slow growth. YouTube is not a short-term deal. It is very much a long-term thing. Smaller channels usually don't pop off and grow exponentially within the first year.
Right.
They'll go for 2 years and then see a large amount of growth. I would love to break the rules, but I would be absolutely happy with like my predicted metric there. And even more so with your predicted metric. What's yours?
My pie in the sky.
Yeah.
I think it's doable. And I'm the more pie in the sky guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think 1,000 subs and full monetization by the end of next year is doable.
That would be solid. It's
I
totally
think it's doable. I think it's pie in the sky. But I think that, if we work as hard, and I think that's the important thing too, is that I'm not saying this because I think that we're better than people or because I am like narcissistic about our abilities. Look, I get it. We're still working on the content side of things, but I kind of have faith in our ability to work at this and get better. And we are focusing in on the things I think that matter, right? We're keeping an eye on the analytics. We're keeping an eye on the thumbnails. We're keeping an eye on all that, but we're making sure we have fun. And I think that comes across.
We're keeping an eye on all of you too.
What?
The watchers, I mean,
okay.
The audience.
I was like, did we just join the FBI? Like, what are we?
Yeah, this webcam is a two-way webcam. Just kidding. No, I'm saying like we keep an eye on like the audience.
What the audience.
We
likes.
respond. You comment, you like. We're going in there. We're looking at the comments. We're replying.
Yeah.
To the best of our abilities. Where you like a video, I get a lot of comments on such and such whatever video. Well, then I'm probably going to suggest it to Zach. Hey, I had a lot of people tell me that was awesome. And then I had nobody tell me that this was awesome, so maybe let's go this way and not that way, whatever. Like
the Premiere Pro Final Cut video that we did, I think it was last week's video. We were the only ones that commented on it. We had almost no likes, and I had feedback from my family that was like, look, man, I enjoy it, but like, what were y'all talking about? So,
I have a sneaking suspicion that might be the case with this video as well.
probably,
But
yeah.
it's a neat thing. That way we could come back to this video in the future.
And we'll
and
do
say,
this every
"Hey."
year. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And maybe it's not for everyone, but I think some episodes are going to be for us, you know?
Yeah. And that's, to me, that's the most important thing. We do what we like to do. And then the people, you build it, people will come or whatever.
Yeah.
Fun little short tidbit about the Final Cut premiere episode. You remember how we were talking about, hey mom, you don't have to watch this one.
Oh yeah.
My mom for real cut the video off and stopped watching. She was like, you told me to stop.
So did my wife. Turns out, you shouldn't say that at the beginning of a video.
Right? You should not. I told her, I said, oh, you missed the other shout out at the end of the video. Cause we did if you made it this far, whatever. I thought you'd like to know. That was funny.
It is funny. I if anything, our listeners are loyal,
Yeah.
And they'll listen to us, and the analytics show that.
Yeah.
We're at 41 minutes. This is gonna be a heavily edited episode. I don't want to make you do any more. You have any final thoughts before we wrap this guy up?
Man, I am having a whirlwind of a blast doing all of these. This is the most YouTube that I've done in quite a while. And it's getting me back into that creative space, that editing space, and here's to another year.
A full year. First 2024 will be our first full year.
A full year.
I'm excited, buddy. I'm like I say all the time, I'm living the dream. So we hope that y'all powered through all that. We didn't tell you to stop listening. If you're all the way through here, please make sure to like, subscribe, comments. There is a pretty large portion of y'all that are listening to this right now that have not subscribed yet. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button at the bottom. It ain't gonna hurt you.
Sub button.
Ain't gonna bite you.
Hit the bell. Good. Get notified on Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. whenever I schedule them.
Exactly.
Help. Also, I don't know if that's like a legit good time to do. I just been doing it at that time.
John likes
go
it.
To work.
John likes it. I get a DM from my brother at 8 o'clock, and I love it. Yeah. So I think 7's great, man.
7's good.
All right, buddy. Well, I love you.
I love you.
Peace.
See you.